everybody out there, man. And by everybody, I mean black people. And we are here for another edition of the show, man. This is season 3, episode 16. Got a lot of stuff to get into, man. We're going to talk about some NFL. We're going to talk about some NBA. A lot more NBA talk this week because we only have one more fucking NFL game of the season before the off season starts, man. So a lot more basketball we're going to get into today, man. I'm going to break down my power rankings on here too as well. So look out for that. But we're going to start off with my sound off. But before that, of course, you know to follow HNB Media on Twitter and Instagram at HNB Media TV. And you know what to follow the Barbers Chat Network at Barbers Chat Net on Twitter and Instagram, man. And of course, you subscribe to the Patreon, patreon.com/Barbers Chat Network. Have all our different tiers on there, man. We got a new edition of Sending with the Guys out right now. Me and the homie Dante breaking down BMF season 2. And of course, we've got Summer Sessions, 140 episodes of that podcast out right now, man. So you can check that out right now. All the guys on there talking a whole bunch of crazy shit, man. And of course, you know to follow me at Barbchair Scott on Twitter and Instagram, man. So let's get right into it, man. This is a tough thing to me begin this show with today. One of my favorite players in sports of all time, my favorite football player of all time, Tom Brady, the GOAT, has officially retired today, for real this time. Now, I know some people out there who don't believe it, think he'll probably come back, and you say y'all wait till week 1. I get it, but the man is retired. Put a real tearful Instagram announcement early this morning, man. It had to be like around 6 a.m. West Coast time, but he put it out there, real short and sweet video, basically thanking everybody who've been a part of his career, thanking his family. He had one of those long Instagram stories while you see his dots at the top with a whole bunch of pictures from his career, man. But what can I say about Tom Brady? Tom Brady is one of the reasons for my love of football. Now, I'm 34 years old. When Tom Brady won his first Super Bowl, which was approximately 21 years ago, I was 13. I was 13 years old. So I've been watching this man literally my entire life since fucking junior high. So, that's one of my first ever Super Bowl party. I either attend or throw a Super Bowl party every damn year now. But my first ever Super Bowl party that I threw was when I was in 7th grade, and it was the New England Patriots versus the St. Louis Rams at the time. For everybody who don't remember that they were in St. Louis, the St. Louis Rams, and it's my first Super Bowl party. When you're in 7th grade, you don't get to do much because you're fucking 13. It's not like you throwing mad parties and shit. But my mom cooked. We ordered pizza. We ordered wings. I had a whole bunch of my friends over to watch this. Now, a lot of y'all don't remember who are probably younger that this was the first Super Bowl after 9/11, and the whole theory was, the Patriots going to win it for the country. Who's this backup quarterback who was drafted 199 overall? There was a whole little debate also 2 weeks leading up to that game was who was going to start in the Super Bowl for the Patriots because, of course, we all know about the original Drew Bledsoe injury that happened earlier in the season, which Tom took the reins and led the team in the playoffs. But then Tom got hurt in the AFC Championship game in Pittsburgh against the Steelers, and Drew Bledsoe came off the bench and led that team to victory and led them to the Super Bowl. And there was a whole bunch of conversation. This means Drew job is back, and Bill Belichick changed the course of sports history, NFL history by making a decision, and we're going with Tom regardless. And we saw the first of many game-winning drives, and I remember watching that drive. I actually watched the first episode of his 10-part documentary series that came out last year, Man in the Arena. And I watched the first episode again to just take me back to that time with the first Super Bowl. And I just remember that this is the first Super Bowl that I remember the whole game. Now I've been watching the Super Bowl since probably I think the first Super Bowl I ever watched was Packers Broncos in 1998. So that was the first one I remember, but I was younger. I was like 10 years old at the time, so I couldn't watch the whole damn game. I was only able to watch the first half, or I had to go to sleep and go to school the next day. So the first Super Bowl that I remember actually experiencing will probably be this first one with the Tom Brady one against the Rams, and the greatest show on turf. A lot of people don't remember this was an incredible mismatch. People thought that the Rams were going to roll over the Patriots. Nobody expected that game to be remotely close, and for it to be close, and for Tom Brady, this guy that nobody is pay any damn attention to, from Michigan, going on that drive and putting Adam Vinatieri in position to win that game one, or many